Alright, gentlemen, payday here. Just picked up another truck, black Silverado, 93 K15, four-wheel drive. Came with a 6-inch lift and some problems. So I fixed a lot of the stuff already before I made this video. So I wasn't able to get it on there and actually show y'all what I did, but I'll walk you through it. So, see, the first thing I did was give it a tune-up because it was running like shit. And when I did that, it was still idling pretty damn bad. So, did some diagnosis and come to find out it was 180 degrees off. The distributor was. So I replaced all the spark plugs and wires and everything like that. Replaced the cap and rotor, which is behind the air filter. I don't know if you can see it back there. It's right back there. And I checked everything when I pulled it out. Just in case people don't know, when you pull the spark plugs out, you want like a golden brown color on the white part of the spark plug. A little burnt on the metal is okay. You're gonna have that, but as far as the white part, you want to look like golden brown, kind of like your bacon biscuits. On the top of it, you want it that golden brown color. Anything other than that, then you probably have issues such as O-rings and shit like that. Now, your cap and rotor, you want to make sure none of that shit's melted inside of there, because then you could have some problems there. I replaced the ignition coil too. That's back there. Let's see. Now, as far as the checking if it's 180 out, so there's a couple ways you can do this. You can pull the first spark plug right here. Well, you're gonna have to pull it anyways. Another thing you can do is you can pull this valve cover, which is what I did. I like to do it because when you're not cranking the motor over with the starter, you don't feel as much pressure coming out of the spark plug hole. So I pulled the top cover off, and there's gonna be a lifter here and one here, like right around here, and you're gonna watch this second one. The second one's gonna come all the way down and then come all the way back up. Now once it comes back up, it's gonna take a couple turns, and then it's gonna blow out of this number one spark plug hole, and that's when you'll be in TDC. Now once you're in TDC, you're gonna go down here to your fucking pulley down there, your harmonic balancer pulley, and on the back side of it, there's gonna be a little line. You wanna make sure you mark that with something visible. Most people use white chalk or something of that nature. And you wanna turn it to your deepest groove on the little deal down there. I don't know if you can see down there, but down in there, there's a little teeth looking deal, and the biggest one is the one that you want it at. That's going to be your 0. Once you turn it to that, you'll be in complete top dead center, and then you can look at your rotor, which is inside your distributor cap, and see which way it's facing. It should be facing at number 1. If it's not, spin it around a whole nother time and check it again. But yeah, that's how you check it. If it is facing the wrong way, just fucking pull it out, clean the gasket area, get you a new gasket, put it back in, make sure you set it in facing the number 1 spark plug. And if you're wondering on these old 5.7s, the sequence for your spark plug wires is right there. So you can put that on there, and then you'll be good to go once you fire it up. The other thing is replace the fuel filter on this bad boy, and it's right underneath the driver's side door. Should be able to see right there. I don't remember what size wrench it was, but I use 2 crescent wrenches just because I don't feel like grabbing on my damn wrenches and figuring out what size it is. So I replace that. I didn't replace the air filter because it's a K&N. I already had a K&N cleaning kit, so I'm just gonna clean it up today. Let's see. This track bar right here, it was touching the tire over here, so I went ahead and scooted that over and made it right like the other side. Fixed all the lights on it, except for the reverse light. I got to get a switch for the reverse light. That thing is messed up. And then I got to run through and check all the grounds and make sure they're going good, because the grounds were a little wanky. But the other thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you because I think it's the funniest shit. Some people do shit half-ass and just leave it looking like shit. But the exhaust, I'm gonna do that. And look up here, look at that pretty shit. Somebody definitely engineered the shit out of that. So I got all new exhaust on here. I don't have fancy enough computer skills to take this video while I'm working on it, so I'm gonna attempt to just merge them together when I get done. I'll do a quick overview of how to pull all this stuff out and how to put it all back together right before I start, and then I will get back to y'all when it is complete. And as far as the video merging stuff goes, if y'all have any computer savviness, let me know what y'all use to make all the videos run in together and stuff like that. So for the exhaust, these are your exhaust manifolds. There's one on either side, and there are 6 bolts holding them in, and you see the heat shield down there. Well, those bad boys are gonna go. They are all kinds of janky. You just pull out these bolts. Now you want to do this when your motor is warm, so that way you don't have any chance of breaking them off, because exhaust bolts like to weld to things that they're screwed into, and you just don't want all that. So remove all these, and these can come out. Your best bet is start from the back though, so that way, you know, these are the last things you move. If you don't give a shit about the pipe anymore, just start cutting that shit and pull it out. And then you'll come to your Y pipe and you can just cut that bad boy up, unless you're gonna use it again. And then you can get to these and you just pull these bolts off and pull it out and clean up your gasket area, which is behind here. And you're good to go. You can put all the new shit on. And it's pretty much just the opposite direction. You're gonna start here, and then you're gonna do your Y pipe, and then you can do your pipe from your Y pipe to your muffler, and then from your muffler you do your tailpipe. And depending on you know, if you're doing true duals or if you're gonna do duals, but you know, go from a single to a double, depends on how exactly you're gonna run it and everything like that. And then down here, if you look here, this is what they call a rag joint. And if you see, this thing is all kinds of janky. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over to the junkyard And I am going to pull a mid shaft or a steering shaft, whatever y'all would like to call it, from a 90s model Jeep Wrangler. Now, I've looked at 98s and 99s, and they are completely different from like a 90 to a 95. So pull one from a 90 to a 95, not anything newer, because they don't look anything like they're supposed to, and they'll fit just fine. But it completely gets rid of that rag joint. I know that rag joint's there for a little bit of play and cushion and not so much vibration coming through the steering wheel, but it ain't gonna hurt nothing. Damn thing's 93 years, or it's a 93, so it's old, and I'm not worried. But yeah, I will get back to y'all when I'm done with the exhaust. Alright, we're back. After a long night, the exhaust gave me a little more hell than what I thought it was going to. It should have been a pretty easy peasy job. But the Y pipe from, I think it was like Wand or something like that, was supposed to be a stock fit. And then the headers that I bought was also supposed to be a stock fit. So, with that being said, all that should have just mounted right up together. But it didn't. So I had to do a few adjustments. Alright. So there are the new headers down there. I had to get some bolts for it, because the bolts that came with the headers, these headers that I bought, they come with the gaskets, they come with the bolts to mount to the motor, and they come with the bolts to hook it to the Y pipe. The only problem was that the bolts were too short for the Y pipe and headers together. Maybe with a complete OEM original one, maybe they would have fit. But like I said, both of these were supposed to fit like stock, fit into all your stock stuff, but it didn't. That's okay. These bolts that they got, some of them are really tricky to get anything on them because of these curves that are inside here and down there, those ones down there. So you gotta be creative when getting in there. Definitely gonna buy some of those little tiny short wrenches next time I go to Harbor Freight to get in place. So there's that side. Here's that side. And now I'll show you what all I did underneath. Get my creeper. Alright. So, here's underneath. Alright, so there's one O2 sensor plug right up here, and that's on the headers, and it comes with a plug, so you're good with that. All you gotta do is just make sure it's tightened up. And right here, I had to cut, I think I cut it right about here, and then put this on 2 1/4 inch coupling will fit this pipe nice and tight. I didn't put any clamps on it because it's really tight and it's not leaking. I already checked, so I'm really not worried about all that. And then the other one is right here. Advanced Auto Part fucking sells these. I haven't tightened this one up yet. I'll tighten it up here in a minute. And then this end is 3 inch, so you'll have to get a 3 inch to whatever reducer that you want to do. I want 2.5 inch pipe. I think 3 inch is a little big for this motor, so I went with 2.5. So I clamped it down here with a 3 inch piece of pipe, and then I put my reducer down here. And then I started with 2.5 inch pipe, and came over to my Dynomax welded round muffler. I have this on my 2500, and I fucking love the way these sound. These sound awesome. Buddy of mine, I just did his exhaust and put one of these on there. Actually, it was a couple nights ago when I was supposed to do mine, but I did his. So I think from now on, these are probably going to be the mufflers I use. Depending on what the application is. If it's pickups, that's probably what I'm going to use. So now all I'm waiting on, I ordered 7 foot 6 inches worth of 2.5 inch pipe. It was like $20, 20 or 30 bucks. And it's on its way here. And I'm going to finish the rest of this and bring it out the back. It's going to come out the back corners here, and my parts, we call it cowboy cut. I don't know what y'all call it, but that's what we call it here. And then, I know I'm talking about exhaust here, but let me show you something I just found. Look at this shock mount. Some asshole welded it together because it cracked, instead of just paying the freaking 30 bucks to get a new one. Like, how terrible can you be? I took the bolts out, so don't think that it's missing bolts. That was me. But alright, I'm gonna do a cold start for y'all. So just give me half a second and I will get it started up. Let me see if I can set this phone up here somewhere where y'all can see. There you go. Alright, I'll be right back. See, no leaks or nothing like that. Sounds pretty good. Got that nice deep rumble like I like. I ain't got to worry about anything. If you got any questions about how I did it or what I did, you know, just hit me up in the comments or anything like that. And like it and subscribe. That'd be great. Thank you. See you next time.